In 1992, Eiichiro Oda wrote and illustrated his first manga, titled Wanted. This is a story about bounty hunters and gunslingers that takes place in a Western setting. While gunplay is not something that he would implement regularly in One Piece, there's a big element about this one shit that would play a key role in his flagship series, and it is right there in the name. Wanted is all about people with bounties on their heads and the posters that inform bounty hunters about their rewards. This would later inspire the pirate bounties and their respective wanted posters that the Marines issue in One Piece. Because of this, some of the characters from this one-shot, like Wild Joe and Gilbuster, have made cameos in the One Piece anime. While One Piece is obviously an action-adventure shonen manga, it stands out from its contemporaries thanks to its humor. This is a very funny series, to the point that it could be considered a comedy, and Oda practiced his skills with his previous works. Humor is a big element of his early one-shots, especially in Wanted, and God's gift for the future. These stories not only make readers laugh, but also feature fantastical characters like ghosts or even God himself. Oda knows how to create a fascinating world and use it both to move the plot forward and to create funny scenarios. Swordsmen are a crucial element of monsters. One of Eiichiro Oda's most popular one-shots. The moment the story begins, readers are introduced to Serrano, who is considered one of the best swordsmen in the world. At the end of the story, it is revealed that Ryoma is king himself, who's believed to be the Meta One best swordsman. Oda would later make the plot of Monsters and Shimotsuki Rumuma himself canon to the One Piece story. The world of One Piece is fantastical in nature, not just because of the superpowers granted by the devil fruits, but also because of its incredible flora and fauna. Actual creatures from mythological tales exist in this world without needing a devil fruit. There are dragons with both Western and Eastern designs, krakens, the mighty sea kings, and many more. It's evident that Oda has a fascination with these types of fantastical creatures, as they've been featured in some of his early one-shots. Ikiyako is about cannibalistic demons, Romance Dawn V2 has a rock bird, and Monsters exists mainly because he wanted to draw a giant dragon being decapitated. There's a lot to be said about the way Oda designs and writes female characters in One Piece, but there's no denying that women in that series stand out from other ones in the industry. Whether it's because of their striking designs or fierce personalities, female characters like Nami, Nico Robin, and Boa Hancock have gone on to become some of the most iconic ones of all time. When reading Oda's one-shots, it's apparent that he always had in mind the idea of a strong female character that was never meant to be a romantic interest. Flare from Monsters, Silk from Romance Dawn V1, and Anne from Romance Dawn V2 are perfect examples of this. It seems like they were sources of inspiration for Nami in both design and personality. Eiichiro Oda experimented with different protagonist archetypes during his early career, but he obviously decided that there was one that would work the best for the type of story he was interested in telling. An absent-minded protagonist who doesn't hesitate to help others when it's necessary. This can be seen in Bran from God's Gift for the Future and Ryuma from Monsters. Even when he created an earlier version of Luffy for both Romance Dawn prototypes, he had the same cheerful personality that he still has to this day. Oda just needed to flesh him out a little bit more before creating the final version of the character for One Piece that everybody loves. Needless to say, both Romance Dawn one-shots greatly influenced One Piece, as they are basically the prototype versions of this manga. In the author notes of the second volume, Eiichiro Oda explains that he wanted to write a manga about pirates ever since he was in high school. Thus, he took his time to slowly build what readers know today as One Piece. There are a lot of elements in his flagship series that he first experimented with in those prototypes. In Romance Dawn, Von Crescent Moon Galley mentions the Best Three, which seems to have been an earlier version of the Yonko aka the Four Emperor. And while Oda would later ditch the concept of peace mains and Morganeers, he would still play with the concept of good and evil pirates in the final version of One Piece. Oda obviously thought a lot about the pirates that would inhabit the world of his long-running manga, and One Piece ended up benefiting from all his clever ideas.